to the Piedmont Triad Podcast.
Before I get too old, I'm gonna head down to Muscle Shoals. Baby, you can meet me at the station.
Welcome to another episode of the Piedmont Triad Podcast, the only podcast that talks about the strange and unusual people, places, and things of the North Carolina Piedmont Triad area. I'm your host, David Locklear, and today we are talking with Winston-Salem psychic advisor and love expert, Lauren Nicolas, the owner of Psychic Solutions on Country Club Road in Winston-Salem. A big reason why I wanted to do this particular episode is because ever since I was a little kid, I remember seeing the sign for Lauren's business out on Country Club Road when I would drive up and down Country Club to go visit my grandmother who used to live in that particular area. And I was always fascinated by the fact that this place was so unassuming. It looked like it belonged to someone who just lived there, and a very sort of quiet and soft-spoken vibe seemed to always emanate from this building. And so over the years, I've always noticed her sign, and I've always looked for some sort of a reason to try and chat with her and find out what's going on in terms of what a psychic realm is and what a psychic does for people who are not psychics. In full disclosure, I know nothing about psychics, crystal balls, all of these sort of ethereal things that many people seem to find comfort and solace in. I am completely uneducated on this, and it will become very evident as you start listening to the upcoming interview that I have no idea what I'm talking about, because probably a lot of these questions for some of the listeners are going to be very basic kindergarten type questions. But considering that how little I know about this particular field, I decided that it was just best to start from the very, very beginning and try my best to work my way up. I can't claim to be any more of an expert than I was before this interview, but I can thank Lauren for at least giving me a decent Cliff Notes version of how she operates and what people can expect when they come to see her. Occupation. What is it you do?
My name is Lauren. I'm the owner of Psychic Solutions here in Winston-Salem, Psychic Solutions. I do psychic tarot card readings.
Well, how did how did you figure out that you were a psychic? What was the catalyst that brought it forward where you thought, okay, this might be something that really is inside of me and maybe I need to pursue it?
I was about anywhere between 9 and 10. I don't know exactly, because this is definitely an inheritance. And I think it was around, I don't want to say exactly, but I think I was in school at the time, and one of my classmates was going through a certain situation, and I picked up on vibes and energy from one of my classmates, and my mom was doing this as well. So it was like, I was familiar with the situation because she was doing readings and, etc. So, but at the same time, I was living a normal childhood. So one of my classmates was going through a situation, and I felt her presence. I felt her energy. And I went home to my mom and told my mom, and she was like, encouraged me and telling me, you have this gift, you have a certain gift, and you can pick up on, other people's energy, and you can, she didn't go into the format.
Right.
I was a young girl, and because I'm 9 and 10, I don't remember, don't quote me. And at the same time, I went back to my friend and kind of like just, wanted to see what kind of vibes and energy I can pick up on her. But I couldn't pick up like entirely the whole vibes, like 100%, just, a small percentage. But that's when I can, I felt something around that age, 9 and 10.
So when you say vibes, is it just
It's
something
energy.
it's just something you feel? Okay.
Yes.
So it's not like it's some sort of a weird tangible thing that you could touch or you could see that nobody else does.
No.
It's just, okay.
It's just energy.
And you said your mother had that. Now what?
She does.
Okay.
She's still.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
It's okay. No worries.
Getting used to the lingo, but
No worries.
so she has that.
Yes.
And so when you were growing up watching that, what did you think of it? Because it sounds like she didn't really. Did she explain it beforehand, or you just something you observed?
No, just something that I just knew that my mom, something that she did, and something that my mom, she can read palms, she can read tarot cards, she can pick up on other people's energy. Because, like I said, she wanted us to, just have a normal childhood. But it's something that carries on in females, not males, because I do have brothers and I do have a sister, and my sister definitely does have the gift as well.
Really? So why do you think it is that men don't get it?
I can't tell you.
We're just stubborn.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
you never know.
I'm speaking for myself. I would be real stubborn if somebody told me that.
Because I have a son, and my son does not have the gift.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what does he think about you doing
Very
this?
interesting and very cool. He's like, Mom, can you, see what you feel? Mom, do this, things like that. But I cannot read for him for nothing in the world.
Really?
I choose not to anyways, but I cannot pick up on anything.
Okay. Well, it's
interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I was talking to a lady, Althea Dawson. She runs this group called the Triad Witches Social.
Oh, wow.
And she said that her theory was that the reason that there are more women than men in a witches social or any of these kinds of spiritual realm, her theory is that women just somehow are more in tune with the intangible spiritual world than men for some reason.
I believe it.
Do you believe that?
I believe it 100%.
Okay.
I do.
Do men come? Is it more men or women that come in to see you?
I would say it's more women, but I do have men clients as well.
So what are the things that people ask for when they come in to see you? Like, do they know what they're looking for when they come to see you? They do. Okay. So it's like they've done research.
Oh, yes. It's more about love relationship. It's also about their job. It's about family. It varies about finances, but mainly about love relationship.
And how do you help them with that? What is your role?
It's about guiding them. It's all about guiding them.
Okay, so when you're guiding them, what would some baseline typical advice that you give a person who is looking for something positive in their love life?
It varies. It's depending on which, if they're looking for, if there's a certain situation that they're going through, I would tell them exactly how to, help them with that certain situation. If it's their spouse, if it's their boyfriend, either or girlfriend or, wife, whichever situation, just trying to guide them to help them. I'm a big believer on meditation. Prayer as well, and just trying to tell them that it's about being more calm, being more relaxed, and being more at ease, because sometimes it's people like to jump the gun 1 2 3. It's not about that. It's about just taking time, taking patience, being patient.
Right. Mm-hmm. Go
ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, but okay. So you said prayer and meditation. Those are typically things.
I'm a spiritual person.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual.
Do you find people who don't know much about your field and what you do and whatnot? Do you find that they think that things like prayer and being psychic and tarot cards and whatnot, that's incompatible?
Sometimes, but I do put it together. I do.
Okay, so when you do that, where do you think this gift comes from, and being able to see beyond, I guess, our tangible realm, the spiritual realm? Do you assign it the name God, or do you call it something else? Is it just sort of an energy?
I do believe in Jesus Christ, and I do believe that there is a higher up, and I do believe that meditation is definitely something that gives us strength, energy, and also takes us to a different level in our life. And that's what I want to give to my clients as well, to show them that they can have control. They can have control of their energy. They can have control of certain things in their life. Because some people some clients of mine don't feel as though they have that control. They just like 1, 2, 3, that's it, I'm done. No, it's not about that. It's about energy. It's about having that, I've got this, I can do this. And I can do this by taking that step forward, and taking that step meaning I can open up the door and make strength, make peace, make happiness. But it's all about patience. So and yes, it can come together. Yes.
Okay. But you're saying it's very much like a long-term process, almost like therapy.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't talk about the past. It's not about the past.
Okay.
It's not about the past. It's about moving forwards.
So what do you typically see when someone is looking for guidance going forward?
Everybody is different.
Really?
Yes.
Like, do you see anything with me right now? I'm curious. It's not trying to put you on the spot or anything.
Right now, I'll be honest with you, because I'm not really focusing.
I gotcha. Okay.
You put me in the hot seat.
I just wanted to know if I had some sort of weird, obvious wrongness that's hanging around that I need to check out.
No, not at all. I promise you.
Okay.
No, you're a very strong, very confident, very positive individual person.
Oh, well, right on. I can get on. Okay. I like that. This is good. And that wasn't me trying to get a free reading or anything.
No, not at all. I promise. No.
Okay. So, do you find yourself getting pushback from people in the community because of what you do? Because they don't like it, they don't understand it, any reason whatsoever?
I don't feel that. No. I don't feel that.
Okay. That's sort of surprising, I think, because my feeling has always been that these types of spiritual realms catch a lot of grief. And just by virtue of what it is.
But it's change over time. And everybody wants to know their future. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen. Everybody wants some kind of spirituality. And at the same time, right now, I'm going to say within the past couple of years, it has gotten to the point where everybody wants to be more spiritually balanced and spiritually, just they want to come in. They want to know about their spiritual self. So it's gotten more, I don't know if this is the correct word, popular within the last, I'm going to say, couple of years, spirituality.
Why do you think that is, that there has been sort of this increase in acceptance of all these different types of belief systems in what seems like the last 10, 20 years?
Oh, 10, 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's because that's my personal reference. I guess coming from the 80s and 90s, I came from the Satanic Panic and, all that kind of fun stuff. So to see anything like me, the fact that I'm talking to the Triad Witches Social, the fact that exists in Winston-Salem would have been unheard of. It does
exist.
That would have been completely unheard of when I was growing up. That would have been insane.
I think every decade things just change in life. And I think things are just getting stronger, and things are just getting, at a different level in each and every decade.
I kind of wonder, and maybe you have an opinion on this too, but I kind of wonder if it's because there's so much, in terms of like, say, political ideology and whatnot, there seems to be way more digging in of heels, almost tribalism when it comes to like political ideology. And I feel like that leads to a lot of really negative and sad things, like a tendency for sadness and depression in people. You don't think so, really? Because I thought maybe that might be a possible catalyst for pushing people into a spiritual realm, because the political realm is nonsense at this point, at least in my opinion.
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to go there.
Fair enough. No, that's okay. Fair enough. I won't go down that road anymore.
I'm not going to go there.
So when you first started this, how old were you when this first started?
What do you mean? When I first...
when you first opened up shop to truly set out to be a psychic?
It was 88.
Oh, really?
Yes, it says it on my side.
I could have swore it was earlier than that. That's how unreliable the brain is. In my head, this place has been here since I was born, and that was in 75.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay. Well, so, all right, you opened in 88, and was it, did it take off, or was it kind of a long process that you had to go back to the patient you're referring to?
I'm going to say it was steady business. It was steady because, I mean, my clientele right now is pretty steady.
Okay.
But it was, back then it was different.
How so?
It was just kind of different. I can't put a finger on it. Things was different 5 years ago. Things was different 10 years ago. I mean, you have to think before COVID, everything was, life was different.
Right.
Now things is completely different.
Right. Okay. And so it's been pretty steady for you throughout the years then, ever since you've opened your doors.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Without a doubt. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you have your ups and downs.
Sure.
But I'm going to say yes. I mean, I have my clientele.
Okay. Well, that's good. And, okay, so some of the things that I would like to get into is what are the other things you do besides tarot, palm reading? Are there some lesser known forms that people could be benefited from?
I mean, I do the psychic readings. I do a life reading. I do a love romance reading, but I also do chakra balancing. I do spiritual cleansings, and I also do like aura cleansing as well. But my main thing is spiritual cleansings, and I do chakra balancing, and I do meditation here in my office.
Okay.
And that's something that my clientele, I mean, they love it. That's something that I do regularly on a...
How do you do a spiritual cleansing? What does that entail?
Spiritual cleansing is something that is done with crystals. And I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. So I'm going to keep that. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's based on crystals and, etc. And chakra balancing is also done with, I mean, it's based on candles. It's based on crystals. It's based on meditation, and it's a time consuming.
So is it sort of like to remove just sort of a negative energy?
Which one?
The spiritual cleansing.
It's basically to refresh yourself and to release, you can say that.
Okay.
To put positive energy back into your life. If you're going through some stumbling blocks, and if you're wanting to basically to open up a door to refresh things, that is a spiritual cleansing. And a chakra balancing is basically the chakras, because you have 7 chakras, and it's based on your inner core. So it's basically to open up things. Open up your chakras, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So what are the 7 chakras? I've heard the word chakra, but I have no idea what the 7 are.
You've got your crown, you've got your third eye, you got your throat, you got your heart, you got your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root.
Okay. And so harmonizing those is really what you're aiming for.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
And then each and every one represents a certain meaning and feeling in a person's life. Everyone, me and you have the same ones. And you're wanting to basically open, cleanse, and close.
Okay. And then after you close, is there...
Meditation.
Okay.
You're
That's the maintenance?
Yes, 100%. And you have meditation in your life daily. I'm a big believer on meditation.
Now, do you do transcendental meditation, or do you just kind of go across the board with meditation? Because I only know of 1 or 2 types, so I'm assuming that there's more.
I do the meditation that I provide for them. That is basically a meditation that I provide. Okay. My own meditation that I'm basically going to show you how.
Oh, sort of like a personal trainer.
There you go.
Okay. See, yeah, now it's starting to click a little bit
there
with
you
me.
Go.
It's like because I'm literally coming in here with full ignorance.
It's
okay. I know cards,
it's okay.
Crystal ball.
There you go. That's like back in the day. But I don't do crystal ball at all.
Okay.
No.
What is a crystal ball supposed to be?
Nothing. It's nothing. Look, I have it just for decorations.
Okay.
No, it's just a...
So that old stereotype of the person looking into the ball and seeing the future, you've never done that. I mean, I didn't think you would have, but I had to know.
No. I'm going to look in your palms. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do some tarot cards. And I'm definitely going to read your tarot cards and see exactly what I feel and what I see. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when you send people home being paid, telling them to be patient and do meditation, do they, I guess they have to come back every now and then because there's...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. My chakras is like, it can go between 3 to 4 weeks. and I'm going to see you quite often within that time period.
And are you, when you see people and you're trying to help them to become a little bit more spiritually aligned, is it sort of like therapy where you're actively trying to
100%.
get yourself out of a client in a way? It's like, we want you to be straightened out. We want you to be good so you can go out into the world and take care of yourself.
Oh, yes.
Like that's the level of success.
Yes.
Okay.
But I communicate with my client daily.
Okay.
Oh, I'm very involved.
That must be exhausting.
Because I have a lot of clients.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a lot of spirituality, in my opinion, is very physically exhausting. Yes. So what do you do to maintain yourself?
I meditate at the end of the day to release everyone's energy. I have to.
Do you, have a drink as well,
No. I don't drink. I don't smoke. No. I don't do anything.
I just had to know. That's sort of the go-to for a lot of people, so I like yours. It's much healthier.
Coffee. No, okay. Nothing, just meditation. It's the key, I promise you.
And coffee.
Good coffee.
Good coffee. Well, it's hard to argue with that, honestly.
There you go.
Well, then tell me this. Where can people come find you, and do you have any openings? Like, can people...
all you got to do is call me. I mean, I'm here in Winston-Salem on Country Club Road.
Okay.
I've been established for a long time. I've been here since 1988. I do parties.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do in a party?
Do readings. I mean, I've been to Wake Forest. I've been there for a long time. I've been there. I was doing their little events at Wake Forest for about maybe 15 years. Then after COVID, it kind of just went,
Right, just like everything.
At parties, I do 3 readings. I do a psychic reading, tarot card reading, and a palm reading. And, it's anywhere between 5 to 8 minutes. And, if it's a Halloween party, any kind of party. And, they hire me. And if it's 2 hours, 3 hours, and that's our party. And, sometimes I dress up for the event to make it look cute. It is what it is.
So you don't get offended if somebody kind of dresses up and says,
no,
I'm psychic.
That's what they want.
Oh, okay.
I did that. I think it was like a month ago. She wanted me to dress up for the event. It was a 1-year-old birthday party.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I went all the way in Charlotte. That's what she wanted. That's what I did.
That must be kind of fun. Did the kids get a kick out of that?
They were all 1-year-olds.
Oh, well,
it was mainly for the adults.
Now, have you ever encountered a reading? Like, say, if you were at this party and you're reading someone's tarot card or you're reading their palm and whatnot, have you ever gotten one of those weird moments in a movie where you're like, oh Lord, something awful? Yeah, like, oh no.
I can't see death or tragedy. So that's a good thing. But, if I'm going to see something and feel something, yes, I'm definitely going to let you know.
Okay. Now, I wonder why you can't see death or tragedy. Do you have any theories?
It doesn't show up. We're all in God's hands.
Okay.
You can't see it, I promise you.
Okay. I don't know. That is absolutely fascinating to me because I've never been in this world. And all I have to go on is the crystal ball. So I've heard people make the joke before that they call a psychic hotline, and the person says, "What's your name?" and they hang up because it's like, "Oh, they're not a real psychic. They couldn't know my name."
Okay.
Yeah. What kind of response do you have to something like that? Because I always thought that was kind of a silly straw man argument. I figured there had to be more to it than just that. People used to say, if someone says if you're a psychic, you should know my name.
Oh, I get that all the time, though.
Really?
Yes. Tell me my name. What's this? But that's not a kind of psychic that I am. I can't tell you your name, but I can, because this is what I am. I'm basically looking at cards and I'm seeing the future. Do you get what I'm saying? Or I'm using my technique of basically my energy, my gift, to see exactly what I feel and what I pick up. But how am I going to reveal your name? Because that's not the kind of psychic that I am. Right. You get what I'm saying? But I do get that all the time, that kind of question. What's my name? What's this? What's this?
Do you know psychics that claim to be able to do that?
I don't know anybody that can. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Because I didn't know if that would maybe be
You know,
something
some people,
that could be.
I do have clients that come in and tell me, I've lost this, I've lost that. I'll help them out.
So when you help them out, have you ever had any clients that would come back, like say 3 or 4 years later, and they have like a completely different energy? And is there any way for you to, like, say they come in first and they have a good energy and they disappear, and then you see them a couple years later? Has that ever happened before, where you've seen somebody at a much later date and they just seem different than the first time?
I mean, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody changes like a year later, 2 years, 3 years, because certain things happen in everyone's life. Mm-hmm. You know, I may be going through something in 2 years from now. Mm-hmm. So of course my energy is going to be changing.
Right.
So
right.
Yes, people's energy do tend to change.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody that you felt like you couldn't handle? You had to maybe defer to someone else?
I wouldn't refer them to someone else, but I would tell them that, it's not that I can't help you. Mm-hmm. Right. I'm going to try to help you as much as I can.
Right.
But it's not about, I'm going to refer you to someone else.
No. Okay. So it's not like a doctor's type of a
No,
referral
I was just going to say that. No.
Okay.
It's not about that. I don't think anybody would say that. Not even a doctor. You need to go to... No.
And I think that's part of why I'm struggling a little bit, because I do want to make sure that I'm asking the right thing, and
you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're doing an awesome job.
But I think that's part of why it's hard for me to wrap my head around, is because my brain comes, I think, a lot more from a logical point of view. So it's like I'm applying that filter to something that's far more abstract than just something that is literally logical.
I understand.
So forgive me if some of these questions seem kind of silly, because
you're fine.
It's a
I promise
fact-finding mission.
You're fine. You're doing great.
Okay. All right. Well, tell everybody that they can call you. Do you have a website?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's the name of the website?
You caught me.
Oh, no. Okay.
I know if you Google me, it'll pop up.
Okay.
Psychic Solutions.
Psychic Solutions. Okay. And are you active on social media?
I should be on Facebook.
Okay.
I should be.
Okay. Would it also be like Psychic Solutions?
It should be.
Okay.
It should be.
Okay. So when people come in to see you, they know that you're going to be able to handle whatever kind of crazy energy that they've got coming. That you've seen. It sounds like a good bit, so you know.
Yes. I love helping my clients. I'm going to be honest with you. Whatever they got for me, I'm definitely going to try to help them in any way possible.
Okay. And what are your hours?
To give them guidance. I'm pretty flexible. I'm open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. But I do go by appointments only.
Okay. Yeah, that was my next question. I didn't
go by appointments only.
Okay. Well, then, everybody, if you need any kind of spiritual cleansing, tarot card reading, these things that I still am wrapping my head around, but I'm trying real hard.
So that's going to do it for this episode of the Piedmont Triad Podcast. Make sure you go visit Lauren at Psychic Solutions on 4717 Country Club Road in Winston-Salem, or you can visit her website, psychicsolutionsnc.net. Also, I want to thank Matt Smith and the Cowboy Spankers for letting us use their song Not Tonight as our official Piedmont Triad Podcast anthem. Also want to thank Brian Falk, my buddy and artist extraordinaire, who has made the logo for the Piedmont Triad Podcast. He's also done the logo for my website, heavy-vinyl.com, where I sell heavy metal records and cassettes from here, locally, throughout the United States, all over the world. I'm even sort of an unofficial distro for a Norwegian black metal record label that a buddy of mine runs called Screaming Skull Records. And I also want to thank you for listening to yet another episode of the Piedmont Triad podcast. I apologize for this one being a day late. I am trying to get on a nice routine, so if you're listening to this a day later than the Monday that I promised, I apologize, and I will try to do better in the future. So until next time, Piedmont.
Should keep on moving. You're like the devil when the sun goes down. Stay away from me. Well, I'm too far gone. There ain't nothing here to see, babe. So you best just move along.